Hi. Okay, so I was doing a Simple Man video series, and I've been thinking for a long time, and I'm just going to do RedEagle RAW, because when I get on these videos, I just speak. I make notes and stuff, but I speak in which I feel inspired. Sometimes it's pretty and loving and compassionate, and other times it's in your face. That's the way it is. So, 6 weeks ago, give or take a week, I promised you that I was going to speak about souls, and that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. But let me preface all that with saying that I'm not here to win a popularity contest. I'm not here to please you in telling you the shit you need to hear or you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear. I share a wide variety of emotions because I'm real. I'm not bipolar. Bipolar is being someone who's at one extreme or the other, and I'm the type of person where I'm every facet and dimensional reality of what we experience as humans. And you know, this whole thing about light and love, that's great, it's fantastic, but you know what, fuck it, because it's not reality. We live in a world of duality. It's that simple. Everything that I explain to you, teach you, and express to you on these videos is simple in theory, because I've lived it, but it's not easy. You have to get in touch with yourself, and that includes in connecting with your shadow self. So, with that said, we're going to speak today about the soul. And I've been seeing so many things online about twin flames and soulmates and blah, 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 blah. It's boring to me because it's all bullshit. So I'm here to tell you the truth. You either like it, you don't. I don't really care, because I'm coming from a place of complete detachment, emotionally and metaphysically. What does that mean? Well, as a shaman, I'm able to connect and stand between the spiritual world and the physical world. Sort of like a Spock from Star Trek. There's no emotion involved. There's just facts and how the energy of the universe works. If you're willing to accept that the law of gravity is a universal law, then you'll be more open to understand what I'm about to give you about souls. So we're going to cover 7 different categories. One, excuse me. One is the soul DNA. I'm going to explain to you what that is. Soulmates, soul family, soul contracts, soul evolution, the soul concerned with the twin flame, and soul splinters. So, the soul DNA is, whether you believe in it or not, is that you incarnate in one living being or another to multiple lifetimes on planet Earth, because that's what you volunteered to do. So, what is shown to you in DNA in the physical form is a helix, and it surrounds and is also part of, when you look at a medical insignia, it shows the 2 snakes that intertwine and come up. And that's basically what you see in the physical as your DNA strand. What I'm here to tell you is that your DNA is exclusively information and light. Your information is in the DNA is what's transformed through your soul from one lifetime to another, on and on and on and on. And this is what helps with the soul evolution. Next is soulmates. Soulmates are not somebody that you come in contact with, that you are infinitely in love and everything's, all rainbows and unicorns. That's bullshit. A soulmate is someone who comes into your life that a true soulmate is someone who either, number one, supports you and encourages you and helps you to face change that you need to make, and or can be your worst fucking enemy. And what I mean by that is somebody that challenges you on your limited belief system that you have already accumulated through programming in your lifetime. The next is your soul family. Your soul family are the ones that also do the same, but in a more caring, supportive way. They come to you and you're there with no expectation, in complete love. And I have a couple of people, I got this many people in my life that's my soul family. And we just get along great, because we might not talk for months, or we might talk every week, or whatever. It just depends on how it goes, because we know that there's life that we have to contend with in this physical 3D reality. But we're always there for one another. Right before this video, I just had a good friend of mine who's a psychic. She's awesome, who called me up, and basically because she wanted to avoid all the bullshit in her life at the moment because she's so busy. And I'm like, all right, it's all good. I'm here for you, and that's what makes it fun. The next thing is soul contracts. I want you to understand that when we incarnate into this life, we are given soul contracts. These soul contracts have the tendency to be infected by the powers that be, because they don't want you to continue on to what you have the potential to be. And that's when the shadow comes into play. And when you can go in and face your fears and connect with that. That's what I'm here for. That's what I do. But there's also soul contract revocations that can be done. Andrew Bartzis has some awesome ones on his website that you can look up and speak, in which that it will help you a lot. If you have any questions about that, get in contact with me. Soul evolution is the next subject. Soul evolution is something in which we have to first connect with the idea and reconnect with that we have a soul, and that it's important to go through life, and it's not all, like I said, rainbows and unicorns kind of thing, and that sometimes the contrast, in other words, the things we come up against, is what's going to help us, and that's what to be grateful for too, is to be able to go into the whole aspect in which, without some type of contrast, trials, tribulations, whatever you want to call it, problems, situations, and people that give us an emotional reaction in order to move forward and to grow through. And it's very important. The next is the soul twin flame. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in that there's such a thing as a twin flame. Because if that were the case, then that twin flame can be someone who's extraordinarily dangerous to you, that when you get in their contact, that everything is fucking off the wall and completely bad. Or it can be completely good, in which you ignore the past one, soul evolution, in order to move forward, but you won't. You're contained within it. A twin flame, I do believe, is someone that you connect with on a higher self, soul connection, not necessarily in a personal situation. I'm going to take that for what it is. Because when it comes to soulmates and twin flames, it's all about connecting with other people in a physical plane, and everything is all hunky-dory, lovely, and great, and all that other shit, and it just doesn't exist. Because you're putting yourself out there to the point in which you're ignoring everything else, and that it's just you and that other person, and that will fuck you up in a heartbeat. Your twin flame is someone that will come to you to help you, give you a kick in the ass to move forward in your growth. And it's not always going to be nice. Now, with that said, there's the seventh. You notice that there's seven. There's significance in the number 7. Look it up. Is what I call soul splinters. Soul splinters is a part of the collective consciousness. Soul splinters are a part of the Creator, the infinite divine Creator in which you are. You're birthed from that in your spiritual self, your higher self. And because of that, I want you to understand that if you brought in more than 1/10 to 20% of who you truly are as your soul, your physical body would cease to exist, because it's too much energy, unless you were able to raise yourself to a higher vibration, in which I'm going to share with you right now the definition of the word thrive. THRIVE. And this is the meaning of it. When we are thriving in a physical sense, it is the heart rises in vibrational energy beyond the vernacular comprehension of human words, beyond understanding. It's a knowing. If you are willing to get to that point, in that place in your life in which you make it a daily practice to put your spirituality first and do your physical, your work in this physical reality, it is part of opening yourself up to not judge and to be open to love and compassion, which are necessities like forgiveness. If you cannot and will not, by choice, and do not open your heart to completely surrender, then your soul cannot evolve, it cannot expand, it cannot raise in energy, it cannot thrive. So, with that said, I want you to go back over this video write these things down and understand that the soul DNA that we have is information and complete light beyond what you can comprehend in the physical, that moves with the soul from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime. And I'm sure you've lived many if you're watching this video, because you're probably an older soul, even though the younger souls need this education and enlightenment as well. Understand that the soulmates that come into your life are the ones that teach you the lessons to move forward. Understand that your soul family is here to support you. Understand that your soul contracts are that which you've been given and can be infected by the powers that be, dark entities and such, and you need to clear all that out. Understand that the soul evolution is important for you in order to get where you want to be, to fulfill your destiny and your calling in life, no matter how big or how small in your own mind what that might be, because it's not any less important than any other calling on any other person's life. What you give, let's say you're a CPA and you're able to give assistance to someone, you don't think that that's a spiritual calling. I think it is, because you're giving something that people don't understand in everyday life. So run with it. You know, that's part of your soul evolution, is to help other people evolve their soul in making things simple in their life so that they can study more of how they need to expand and evolve. The twin flame. Think of how that connection can make your life better, but at the same time, on the flip side of the coin, can make yourself worse. It's just like the element of fire. Fire can warm you. Fire can cook your meals, but it can also destroy your entire home to where you have nothing to cook with or in. So understand the balance, right? And soul splinters, number 7. You're only given access to enough of your soul in which you can fully comprehend and be comfortable with. You have access to your soul. So make it a daily practice to do the things to evolve yourself, and as I said, thrive. What does thrive mean? Once again, it's the heart rises in vibrational energy. Some people don't realize they have a soul. Some people do. But they don't give it much thought because they're so involved in everyday life, or they watch TV shows, or they're a sports fanatic, or they like gambling, or they're into addiction in some other way, because they're all addictions, whether it's TV or sports or whatever. So you have to be careful of that. So, this is video 13 of the Simple Man series, which I find interesting. 13 is significant for me, but it's also video number 1 of RedEagle RAW. Take it, leave it, I don't care, because I'm here to teach you. Not everything is going to be easy, but everything will be simple in theory. Got much more to share. Don't forget the happy side of life and being, fun. Learn to dance, learn to sing. Learn to nurture yourself, learn to fly from the inside. That's what's most important. I love you. most of all, dare to dream.